cause they gon' cop. Tell them that's your block, tell them that's your spot. Keep a dime every time and you won't flop. And you don't quit. Keep frontin' on the kid like he don't spit. That's a rollie on his wrist and it don't tick. We can fly anywhere, so don't trip. You don't trip. I'm like, no shit. I cut my toe off before I chase your
episode of Maximilian Must Know. Of course, these sponsored by Decant Shops, these sample shopping episodes. We have another great episode of sample shopping for you today. Great new fragrances should be either coming to Decant Shop very soon or are already there. Stuff by Sergio of Kobe, Neo, Apupana by Profumo del Forte, Pulp by Byredo, Aqua de Parma's new leather scent. So a bunch of great stuff we're going to be covering in the very near future. And of course, everything we've talked about in the past and everything we're going to talk about today. And you can also trade in your fragrances for store credit or sell your fragrances that you're not using. And you can buy decanting supplies as well, all made in the USA on decantshop.com. Coupon code MAX12 will save you 12% off of your entire order. Just not for the decanting supplies because those prices are as low as Decant Shop can possibly go. Fastest place in the web to get your decants from, lowest price place as well, and just an incredible selection that is hand curated by the owner of the shop, Etienne, who just does a wonderful job of picking the best fragrances for you guys to choose from. So coupon code MAX12, decantshop.com is the website where you can check out thousands of fragrances as well as the 4 we're going to discuss today. Now, so far we've looked at one Mona de Orio fragrance, and that was her musk. And I thought it was okay, nothing special. Today we're going to actually look at 2 from Mona de Orio, her Ambre and her Vetyver. And we'll take a look at the Ambre first. Many of you know that Mona de Orio passed away a few years back, and her friend and co-brand creator is continuing the legacy and adding new fragrances to the de Orio collection, like Violet Fumé, which is, I believe, their latest fragrance. This one, called Ambre, is from the Le Nombre d'Or collection. It comes in a single size, 100 ml for $230, and it comes in an eau de toilette concentration. Min carries this line in New York. Lucky Scent carries it as well. The notes on Ambre are cedarwood from Atlas, ylang ylang from Camaro, benzoin Tolu, and absolute vanilla Madagascar. And this is a very powdery amber. Reminds me a bit of Ambre Precio by Maître Parfumé Gantier. Also reminds me of Ambre 114 by Histoire de Parfum. And I think that if you own one of those, or even this one, you're probably covered in the powdery amber category. And what you're going to get with this is just very sweet baby powder amber, vanilla top notes. And then as it dries down, you're going to start to get more resin, I believe, from the benzoin. Very good performance on this one. Now, it's about $100 more than Ambre 114 or the MPG Ambre. Is it worth it to me? No. You know, I think I'd stick with one of those guys. But there's definitely a quality to the Mona de Orio fragrances that are a signature of the house. I very much enjoy this, and I'll definitely get some good wearings out of my decant of this. But for me, it would be redundant to add it into my collection. Next up from de Orio, we're going to take a look at her Vetyver fragrance from the same collection. Same price, but this comes in an eau de parfum concentration, and the notes on it are Vetyver, musk, French labdanum, Virginia cedar, tonka bean, violet, clary sage, ginger, grapefruit, nutmeg, and patchouli. Now, I own what I believe to be the best niche Vetyver scent in the world, in Vetyver Extraordinaire by Frederic Malle. There are others that some like better. And again, I'm talking about just pure Vetyver scents, not Vetyver Tonka or Vetyver Fatale. I'm talking about straight up Vetyver. And this one's pretty good. You know, it's earthy, it's sweet. I appreciate the spice and the citrus in it. The ginger and grapefruit really accompany the Vetyver nicely. But I think when you're paying upwards of $200 for a fragrance, from my perspective, in that price, you need something a little bit better, a little bit stronger, a little bit longer lasting. If this was $100 less, I'd take a serious look at it. The oud fragrances from her line, well, the oud fragrance from her line is about $500. and I think that it's a high price line, you know. This is a good vetiver, but there are some vetivers out there that smell like this. And the one that immediately came to mind for me was Eau de Vetyver by L'Occitane. Vetyver U by Comme des Garçons is a lighter than this, but somewhat similar. You know, Guerlain's classic vetiver is like $60. So I do like this, but I wouldn't purchase this or recommend purchasing it because of the price tag. Next up, we're going to talk about a fragrance, again, that's stuck to my table. A fragrance that I had not heard of before from the house. I believe it's called Etienne, Aigner. And the fragrance is called Clear Day for Men. Now, I might have heard of this house in passing as a design house, but never for their fragrances. So I was kind of surprised when Adriana sent me this one. This was one of her picks for me. And I found out that this is a German house that was founded in the 1940s, but didn't start their perfume business until 1975. Most of the fragrances they released were leather-based. And as of today, they have about 37 scents in their catalog. And as of today, the Antonio Puig house in Spain does their fragrances. This one can be found online for quite cheap, 100 ml. You can find for about $30. The notes on this are bergamot, pineapple, melon at the top, cinnamon, coriander, and lavender in the middle, and the base has oak moss and amber. It was a 1998 release, and you know, I sort of have mixed feelings on this scent. I think it's really, really good, fresh, cheapy for men, but I don't know that I find it totally unique. It's very clean. I definitely pick up melon and pineapple. This is one of those fragrances I don't think I'd go out of my way for. But if I found this at TJ Maxx or Marshall's, I would probably feel like, you know, maybe pick this one up. But I do have fragrances that does what this does for a cheap amount of money. Like Liz Claiborne Sports one I could think of. Keaton Man, couple of examples. So really good freshie, just in my eyes, doesn't quite do enough to make it to my to-purchase list. Now, here's the one that not only makes it to my purchase list, this is way up there. I will be picking this one up over the next, definitely this fall for sure. This one's from a house called Le Couvent Minimes, and it's called Eau de Mission. It can be hard to find this one. This is another one that Adriana sent me that I didn't ask her for. She thought I would like this, and this is probably the best cheap vanilla scent I've ever come across. I think this was an old French house that was recently purchased by L'Occitane. They do a lot of skincare and bath stuff, and you could find bottles of this floating on the internet for around $40 to $50 for 100 ml. Notes on this are vanilla, Centella asiatisa, which is an herbal plant, myrrh, benzoin, and camellia, which is another herb, and Virginia cedar. And this is a boozy, caramelly, burnt sugary vanilla of the highest quality. This is going to blow up in the game when people start to review this. I definitely plan on reviewing this. A lot of people online compare this to Spiritus Double Vanille by Guerlain, and I haven't smelled that one recently, so I don't want to say anything about that comparison. But this is A1. I could see this being a 10 out of 10 when I review it, based on price and performance. Great projection and longevity. This fragrance is the truth. I'll show you the name here so you can know what it is, because you should buy this. I'm just saying buy it. If you really want to get a sample from Decant Shop, that of course is cool too. I don't know why this isn't focusing. But this is just absolutely tremendous. Le Couvent Minimes Eau de Mission. Just this rich caramelly vanilla. Boozy, almost a cognac-y vanilla. That's just incredible. So if I were ranking these, obviously Le Couvent would be number 1. I think 2 would probably be Mona Orio's Ambre, then Clear Day for Men, then the Vetyver. But 4 nice scents. Nothing in here that bored me or I didn't love. But I think the only one worth the money for me is Eau de Mission by Le Couvent. So thank you for watching. Again, please make sure to check out decantshop.com. Use coupon code MAX12. Check out their decanting supplies. Always check out their What's New page. And don't forget that if you have fragrances just sitting around in your house accumulating dust that are, you know, becoming stale or on their way to being stale because you're not using them, trade those in with Decant Shop. Get some store credit. Get some money, and get some fragrances that you want. You know, go out there, explore some new stuff. If you're one of these guys that kind of doesn't want to get into the niche thing because it's going to be too expensive or you don't really know what to expect with niche, get yourself some samples. And again, you can always email me at maxmno@gmail.com or info@decantshop. Email Adriana and ask her for some suggestions. Both of us would be more than happy to walk you through and come up with some nice starter niche picks for you, or just a nice niche sample pack themed for summer or spring or fall or winter. We're more than happy to help. And remember to use coupon code MAX12 to save you an additional 12% of the savings you're already getting by shopping at decantshop.com instead of some of the other more expensive sites out there. Anyway, that has been another episode of Decant Shop. We have one more from this haul coming up, and then I'm sure we'll be back soon, very shortly, with more episodes. Check out some of the summer stuff, decantshop.in, and I'll see you guys again very soon this weekend for another review.
You all know that the car's retarded. Waldo, I'm all pro. Summer, spring, fall, flow. Bread from the bakery. What I call dough.